Hello, my name is Kurt Evans and I am a third year culinary arts student here in Athlone Institute of Technology. I'm from Athlone, just kind of outside the town, Grotto View it's called, and secondary school I went to was St Aloysius College. I chose to study culinary arts because I've been interested in cooking and I wanted to be, for health reasons as well. I thought I'd learn more about food, and I'd done a small bit of work in the kitchen and I knew it was for me. The most enjoyable part about the course is the cooking for me, the practical element. But the theory is also really enjoyable. You learn a lot more. You're not being told about which foods are actually good for you and not just advertised to be good for you. The course, it's very beneficial. You can cook for your friends. There's a lot of work in it. And between first and second year there's the mandatory placement, which is the most beneficial part in my opinion. Because before you come back to second year, where the practical element does get a little tougher, you're well able for it. You get to see what the real world is like, and it'll give you a taste of whether you want to be a chef long term. During my placement between first year and second year, I worked in a local restaurant in Athlone called Time. I got used to working in the kitchen environment, fast-paced service, and this really proved for me that it was the right career path. I knew it was for me straight away. I really enjoyed it. I got a buzz from the service, and my advice for anyone thinking about taking on the course would be to possibly go even for a week and look for a little bit of placement before you even apply, or once you have applied, and you'll know very quickly whether the kitchen is for you or not. The career path I've chosen to take, hopefully from this, is to carry on and do my Masters up in Dublin in food product development and culinary innovation, which is one of the best modules you study here over the 3 years if you choose to take this course. It's very interesting and you get to develop your own product. And hopefully long term I will work my way up to head chef, possibly do a bit of work in the food product development sector, and fingers crossed long term go on to lecture. My advice for anybody who wants to study culinary arts in Ireland would be to come to AIT. It's a fantastic college, all the equipment is here, everything needed, the lectures are really nice. Even though the IT itself is quite large, this feels like a small homely place where everybody knows everybody, and the lecturers will go out of their way to get you job placements or to do anything they can for you.
Hi, my name is Gohar Kastanian. I'm a second year of ATI Accounting Technicians course in AIT. I wanted to do accountancy course, and my choice was to do Bachelor's of Accounting in Athlone, because the course is only 3 years and you get level 8. That's what I wanted to do originally, but I received a scholarship from Accounting Technicians that made me to change my mind. So I'm doing the 2 years course now, and I hope to go and move on to second year of the bachelor's degree. It'll take me only 2 years after that to receive my level 8 cert, which is great. I like my course that I'm doing right now because after 2 years I'm gonna get the accounting technician cert, which means I can actually move on and get the job. Also, it will give me opportunity to work while I'm in college, and as any accountant you don't need only a certificate, you need years of experience to get a good job. So I hope by the end of my 4th year of the college I'll have a year or a few months of an experience which will give me an opportunity to get a better job. Once I'm done with my college, I can move on and set my own company, or I can work for bigger companies. I can work in a revenue, do tax, as well as I can do auditing. It could be, I can be self-employed as well as that. Accountancy gives you a large variety of jobs that you can choose on from, and after finishing my college I can also move on and do some business studies. After getting my degree here in AIT, I can also work in international companies and travel abroad, because the qualification is recognized internationally, and there's lots of opportunities to work for big companies and travel abroad, go to their offices in Europe or America or Canada. Also, for anyone who wants to do the accounting course, I would recommend to find a work experience or do a placement. If you're finishing your second year or third year and you have one more year to go, I would recommend during the summer to work somewhere to gain experience, because most of the companies are looking for experience. As well as my course, to become an accounting technician, I need 2 years of experience. Once I qualify, I have my cert, and to become a member I need 2 years. So once you have an opportunity, the best thing to do is find placement or apply for internship, and there's plenty out there.
So hi, my name is Amy O'Connell and I am studying here in Athlone, and I'm doing a higher cert in business and I'm in year 1. I think the reason why I chose AIT was because just the atmosphere that I got from the opening day is that the place is a very welcoming place, and that the lecturers are going to help you out and no one's here to make you fail, everyone wants to make you pass. The thing that stood out to me was I took a year out of college and I worked in a pharmacy, and that really made me want to look at the business side of careers. And what really appealed to me about the course was the fact that it's 2 years, and most courses you do are 4 years, and I didn't want to commit myself too long to one course, because if you go into a 4-year course, that's it, you can't drop out after year 2. So just the length really did appeal to me. I would say my classmates, we're all in it together, nobody is trying to put anyone down. My lectures this semester are very fun, and I'm doing Spanish, which I love. I didn't think I'd like Spanish, but yeah, I got the opportunity to take up a language, so that's been interesting. So just a good selection of course subjects and a fun atmosphere. I don't have anything planned yet, because I was hoping that year 2 will really help me decide. I'm interested in the HR kind of side of business and the financial side. Again, with the financial side, I never thought, because I was never good at finance, but I really picked it up, and that's what AIT helped me discover what I was good at. Advice I would give to someone is definitely just do everything. Join as many clubs and societies as you can. Year 1, your whole life isn't going to depend on your results of year 1, but study hard and have fun, and that's what I would say, just have a lot of fun.
Hi, my name is Karen Walsh, and I went to secondary school in Loretto back many years ago. Then I left secondary school and I ended up doing a PTAC level 5 childcare. So I did PTAC level 5, which is the recommended level to be a childcare assistant, and I was doing that. But because I wanted to kind of get a bit more flexibility in my career choice, and if I wanted to change and move from childcare to something else, I decided to look into going back to college. And I chose Athlone because of where I was living, so I could commute. And then I chose the higher cert in applied social studies and social care. And I chose that one because it was a level 6 program. It was a 2 years program, and it meant that if for any reason I had to leave college after 2 years, I could leave with a certificate, and then I could go back again. Whereas if I did the 4 years straight and I had to leave after 2 years for any reason, then I would leave with nothing. So I kind of felt just flexibility of having the choice of leaving or maybe changing course or something like that after 2 years. I had that. So I did the 2 years, and then I continued on and did the 3rd year, and now I'm currently in 4th year. So I'm in the honours degree in applied social studies and social care. The programme because it's so flexible, I love the flexibility of the programme. I love the flexibility that after third year I could leave with a qualified level to become a social care worker. And it left me with that choice that if I had to go and leave the course, I could. And you could get, and I know girls who did the course, did the 3 years and are now currently working in the area of social care. So, you know, you see that potential, you know that you have that opportunity. The course is very good. I really enjoyed it. It gives you a very broad spectrum of the area of social care, so you know that when you leave this course you have the opportunity to work with young people down from 0 to 6 up to people who are 100 plus. And you can work in any area really of social care, so you can work with people in touch with disabilities, you can work with homeless people who are homeless, you can work in areas like Childline, or you can be an advocate for young people with the ISPCC. So you can work with many different sectors of the social care. You can end up being a politician if you wanted to go that route as well, you know, because then you'd have that extra background on what it means to be kind of in the caring sector. You also do work placement as part of the course, which gives you an opportunity to see what areas you like. And also the theory to practice is very good, and the practice is the theory. So you're kind of, when you go on work placement, you're able to apply what you've learned in college to your work experience. And then when you come back then in from that, you can then apply it back. So you can actually then, in hindsight, you can really see the theory to practice that you're learning. And in comparison with people who've done social science and things like that, people I've chatted to that have done them courses, they don't get the same information that we get. They get very theory, very much as theorized, but the people I've talked to that have done social science, they don't get all the background, they don't get the cases, they don't apply to practice, they don't get some of the kind of skills that you will need when you're actually working with people. So I think that, to me, has said that my course, my chosen course was probably the best one to do, definitely for going out into the social care sector. It gives you definitely better skills and a better confidence when you're actually working in the area, that you know what you're falling back on. You have the foundation. Yeah, well, when I thought about applying for this course and I put it onto the CAO, the following month I seen an ad on the paper for a child facilitator near where I lived. So I kind of said, okay, they're looking for 2 years. I'm about to go into college for 2 years. I could give 4 hours a week over 2 years. And that wouldn't be anything that would be hugely kind of a big deal for me at the time. So I kind of went to do that. So 4 years later, I'm still a child facilitator with Childline. And that is volunteer work that has given me even an extra boost going into exams, because I have some of the language that you need for the exams and that you need for working in the area of social care. So you have the language, you have some of the legislation, because you'll be getting training as a facilitator. And that for me has helped me hugely in kind of the 4 years I have done. I would say that for doing the 4 years straight, definitely your electives have a huge impact on what you're going to do. And I chose politics in my first 2 years as my elective, and I found that was hugely beneficial to me for academic writing, for referencing, and also for applying what you learn to other modules that you will do that are mandatory. So I found that a huge help.
And I'm from Athlone. I went to school here in the Athlone Community College. The reason that I chose to study a childcare programme was because I have a real interest in working with young children. I think it's a fun and enjoyable career to go down. I really like that we learn an awful lot about working with young children. There's so much more to it than you'd think. There's a lot of theory behind it. There's so many different approaches that practitioners can use, so it's just really interesting learning all about those different areas. On the course we get to go out on placement, so it's really interesting to get to link our theory to our practice as well. Actually having an opportunity to do what we're learning in the classroom, so it's really, really good. So after I graduate, I hope to gain some experience working in the sector. I'd hope to get a job, but I'd also like to do a master's in the future. So this course has opened up that opportunity for me. There is a range of masters that it enables me to do. So for anyone who is thinking about doing the course, I'd advise them to get some experience working in the sector, some work experience, just to see if it is the road that they want to go down, and then just to enjoy the course and put the work in, as the 4 years flies by. And it really does.
My name is Patrick McGrath. I'm from Elphin in County Roscommon, and I went to secondary school in Elphin Community College as well. Currently I am a second year student in Hotel and Leisure Management. I progressed from that, to that from a higher certificate in bar supervision, which is a level 6 2-year course here in Athlone IT. Well, to be quite honest, before I started in Athlone, I didn't come to AIT until I was 21. Before that I had years and years done working in bars, part-time work done in bars, and it was just mainly the general pulling pints and what have you. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed working with people, dealing with people and the whole lot, but I thought that there might be more I could do and maybe go looking for a bar manager's or bar supervisor's job. I knew that to get that I would need to go to college, so I chose Athlone IT. The course is very interesting. We are shown everything from the basics, so you are shown how to pull a pint, how to change an operator, the basics, and it does very quickly progress. We do an awful lot of bar service, bar operations. We study the laws and the legislations about the bar trade, about the industry. We do quite a lot of casual dining. We're shown how to work as waiters and waitresses. We do culinary modules where we work as trainee chefs. As well, we do quite a lot of business, and the business side of things. We study human resource management, introductions to management, marketing. We do quite a lot of accounts. We basically cover every aspect that you could ever think of within the bar trade, and really the bar hotel trade. The course is called bar supervision, but we're trained to become bar managers, food and beverage managers, restaurant managers. That's what we're shown to do, and shown quite well. The bar supervision course has a 3-month placement. I done my 3-month placement in the Ross Hotel in Killarney in County Kerry, which is a 4-star boutique hotel, which again specialises in busy bar food, cocktails, restaurant free, busy a la carte service. Placement is vital. It's always very important when you're doing these courses, and especially from the bar side of things, to work as you go along and really put everything you're using into practice, into practical use. You're shown how to work as a waiter, you're shown how to pull your pints, change your optics, just for the basics. You're shown how to make cocktails. You need to go and you need to bring that forward. We do communication and customer care, the right ways to deal with people and talk to people and deal with situations and complaints. Everything that we learn, we can put into full practice, and we should. And that's the beauty of the placement, that we're able to, in first year, we're able to start off what we learned, we're able to bring that forward, and then once we have the placement done, try and maybe keep a part-time or a full-time job while you're in college, especially in your summers, and put everything into full practice, because we're learning to be out into the world of work, into the bar industry. We're as well be out there and do it, and like potential employers, they love to see students coming that are learning the trade, that have interest in it, that want to progress and move forward, that they're only happy to take students on for placement. It's a bar supervision course, but we're trained to become bar managers. Based on your own interest, then everything that we're learned can be put into practice, from a marketing side of things, a sales side of things, a HR. This is where you start yourself off, and you can decide what path you want to go into from there. The course does progress then into hotel and leisure management, which can progress you on to an honours in business, which is all studied in AIT. All the courses here are internationally recognised, So if immigration was your plan, if you wanted to move to Australia, Canada, England, anywhere outside of Ireland, these courses are all recognised, they're all worthy over there, they'll all be recognised for the job and career that you'll be looking for.
My name is Darren Kenny. I'm from Longford. I went to St Mel's College in Longford. I did Leaving Cert in 2008. I was originally enrolled in college in Galway before dropping out and working for a couple of years, and it's sort of during that time that I had a chance to sort of assess my strengths, and I sort of came to the realisation that I always haven't had a head for numbers and sort of an interest in business. I decided to play to my strengths and pursue a career or a course in accounting. What I liked about it alone was a few people I knew here had told me that the class sizes were a good bit smaller than they were elsewhere, so it's a more sort of intimate learning environment, and the duration of the course appealed to me as well, because there's very few places you can get a 3-year degree in accounting. I'd say the most important thing is that you don't have to be certain you want to be an accountant to do a career in accounting. Like, any lecturers will tell you that a degree in accounting is a good stepping stone to a huge number of careers, like whether it's consulting or even things in technology. Like, a lot of firms will do training contracts anyway, so you know, a degree in accounting doesn't eliminate you from going down other course paths. And as I said, if anyone has a sort of a sense of urgency about wanting to get out into the working world, 3 years is a very short time. When you get into it, it flies by. So. I did a summer internship at the end of second year in Deloitte in Dublin, and the other 3 of the big 4, they do summer internships as well, and it's a good way to sort of get some practical experience for what you're learning in the classroom, and find out about some of the knowledge gaps between what you learn in class and what you have to sort of get your head around when you go into the real world. And it's good as well for someone who thinks they know everything about what they want to do when they leave college. If they go and do an internship, they might find out that it's completely different than what they thought. Like myself, for example, I was considering a career in tax, and when I did a summer internship in tax, I realised that it wouldn't be for me, because there wasn't enough sort of exposure to the inner workings of business. It was more sort of just around the tax planning aspects. So internships are a good way of getting both experience and a better idea of what you want to specialise in after college. So I suppose that, as I was mentioning about the small classroom environments, like anytime it's very easy to get in touch with lecturers. Like, there's nobody overlooked in the classroom, so if you do have problems with any aspect, like, chances are the lecturer will already have picked up on it, so by all means, talk to them. Yeah, it's a very transferable course internationally. It's recognised all over the world, so it's for anyone thinking of doing the usual sort of travelling out of college, it's a good thing to have in your back pocket going, because you'll have the option of getting work somewhere else in the world on the back of your qualification from AIT. And then other career paths, or say what I myself am doing, you can get a graduate contract from an accounting firm. The big 4 accounting firms, say Deloitte, PwC, Ernst & Young and KPMG, they run 3-year graduate contracts for people with a master's, or 3.5 years if you're coming straight out of the level 8 degree. And that provides the full route to qualification as an accountant, because you'll be studying towards your professional exams in conjunction with getting the required experience.